Okay, so there's no question. Let's go back to the market scanning board. All right, let's look at FX. Okay, let's start with USD. Okay, so I just want you to see across the board what's happening in USD. Now, quick glance. I got Euro dollar here. I got pound dollar. I got the Kiwi dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, dollar CAD. Now, simple glance at this market scanning board and tell me which is the weakest pair. Just a very quick glance. What do you think? Yes, thanks for Alvin. Pound. All right, of course, fundamentally is all the talk about Brexit and things like that. But yes, pound is the weakest. So this is nice. So you can see that Euro dollar is a bit of a mix. Kiwi dollar looks ugly. Aussie dollar is a bit of a mixed bag as well. Dollar yen looks nice to the downside. It's trying to test the previous low. Dollar CAD looks mixed. Dollar Swiss looks a bit mixed as well. So you can see from this market scan, you can see a quick gauge of what's happening. So John, you said dollar yen and dollar CAD. Yep. Dollar yen, pound dollar, and dollar CAD. Those are the weaker ones. Okay, just by quick scan. Okay, now so later we zoom in. Okay, later we zoom in. But the main purpose of this scan is I want you to be able to spot which is the nicest trend. So later we can zoom in a bit more on pound dollar, dollar yen, and dollar CAD. All right. Let me go on to another market scan for the yen pairs. All right, so this one's even clearer. Quick glance, all the yen pairs. Tell me which is the most bearish. Very obvious, isn't it? This one, you got nice three, most bearish. So you see, you got pound yen, which is ultra bearish. You got euro yen, which is very bearish as well. You got Sing yen, which is bearish, but not as bearish as the other two. And you got Swiss yen. So a quick glance like that, what do you think I'll look to trade? I'll pick up this 4 and try to look deeper into it and see whether I have a trade plan. Okay, this is for the yen pairs. And let's take a look at the, what else? Crosses. Okay, so based on the crosses, it's quite obvious that all the pound crosses are the most bearish, isn't it? You got pound Aussie here, you got pound CAD here, and you got pound Kiwi here. Okay, so where am I getting at? Okay, what I'm trying to say is that, I mean, these market scans really help to give you a quick idea, a quick glance onto what's the most trending market. And then from there, you just zoom into it and try to find a trade plan. Okay, you get me? So that's the way I do it, and especially for this year, and I hope it's useful to you as well. It saves me so much time. All right, and then this way I write down on a piece of paper, okay, these are the pairs that I want to target, and then I go to the pro real-time charts and start planning on an intraday or swing basis. Okay, so I hope it helps you as well. So let's go back to where we were. Let's go back to the yen pairs. Okay, let's start yen pairs first. All right, so we pick euro yen, very bearish. Now let's expand the daily chart. Okay, daily chart we all agree is super bearish, right? Lower low, lower highs, very, very bearish. Now let's take a look at the weekly chart. Okay, is there any pending support that's coming up? Yes. Where? Here. All right, anywhere between near the 1, 2, 3 area where we are 30 pips away from now. See here? Resistance, potential support. Okay, so even though it's bearish, okay, there's only 30 pips to go, around 30 pips to go to the next support, 1, 2, 3. So I might not want to plan a trade right now. Okay, but does not mean that I do not want to short it. I might want to short it when it comes back, maybe at least back to the 125, 126 level. Okay, so this is the Euro Yen weekly. So it's very important to go a high time frame, just have an overview of what's happening. But in the back of your mind, you know that it's bearish. It's just that you don't want to short now and you want it to retrace. Okay, you want it to trace maybe close to the 125, 1253. That's where you start planning your trades to the downside. But the main thing is this, I know I'm bearish already and I'm just planning. It might happen this week, it might happen next week, but I'm going to short it. It's just about planning your resistance to short. Okay, that's Euro Yen. Now, how about Swiss Yen? Do you think it's a good time to short now? So we agreed that daily chart is bearish. If you go to the weekly chart, approaching key support levels around the what level is this? 112 level. Okay, the thing is that all these high-term time frame charts, you cannot be too specific on support resistance, okay? Because it's a long-term chart. So once you see visually that it has hit close to that support area, all right, just be a bit mindful there might be a bounce coming up. It can happen now at 112.70. It can happen at 112.50. It can happen at 112.30. I don't know. But I know that's approaching support. And even if I'm going to short, I'm going to keep it very short term. Okay? So daily chart, very bearish. Weekly chart, approaching some sort of support. Alright? Now let's look at pound yen. Okay, still even more bearish. I think this is one of the most bearish pairs right now. Super bearish. If you look at weekly chart, okay, pound yen looks quite decent. The next level of support, let me see whether I have any level more support here. Okay, so next level of support is around the 15650 or so. So there's still about 200 pips or more so it's possible to plan something. So let's see. Okay, so pound yen is very bearish. So you see what I'm getting at. Once you have a big overview and you see all the charts that you want to trade, that's where you zoom in and you start to cherry pick which one's the nicest setup. Okay, so I just wanted to go through a bit more detail MT4 today, just to give you the idea how to scan the markets and how to go into detail to shortlist what you want to trade. Alright, I'm going to move on to dollar pairs right now. I want to cover a few trades that I've taken last week or the couple of weeks back when I had the webinar. Okay, and right now I want to focus on. So I hope you guys have are a bit clear on how to do a market scan and how to choose the charts to trade. If you have any questions, please shout out. But right now I just want to cover some of the trades that I took the previous times when we had the webinar, and some of the losses and some of the profits I made. Okay, so dollar CAD now. Okay, sorry, let me go to the previous time for that. I hope you're not too confused by me switching charts here and there. But I mean, the tools are available to us. IG offers you MT4, offers you Pro Real Time, offers you the IG charts. Make full use of it. You know, make full use of it if it helps in your trading. Why not? Okay, so if you you know, I have some clients or some friends who are trading who use 4 different platforms. Some to analyze, some to plot, some to chart, and then some to execute only. So it really depends on what works best for you, but use all the available tools to help you make better decisions. Okay, so one of the trades that I took dollar CAD now, dollar CAD weekly chart. What do you guys think? Uptrend or downtrend? Just did some lines. Uptrend or downtrend? Dollar CAD weekly chart. Yep, still an uptrend. Exactly. Because one of the main things that we need to look at is this trend line here. Okay, this line is the trend line. So on a weekly chart, it is still on a uptrend. Now, where we were the last time I had my webinar was a couple of weeks back. I think it was somewhere here. Okay, and I was looking for longs anywhere near the 142 level. Okay, because it was very bullish. Okay, it broken past the key 140 level. I was looking for longs over there, around the 140 or so. So if you go to a daily chart, okay, you can see that this 140 and this 140 and 141 level, these are a few areas I was looking for long. Okay, so what I was waiting for is basically for the short-term charts to come in to tell me that the bulls are coming back to the market. So let me go back to the 4-hour chart. Okay, so remember the levels, yeah, 140 and 142. Okay, so this was one of the levels that I wanted long here based on the higher term. Now let me take away some lines. Okay, so this was level I wanted long, so I wanted to see how the market react to that level. So it did react, it made a bounce up like that, but any bounce up like that to me is not a change of trend. Okay, I repeat, any U-shaped bounce like that is not a change of trend, simply a spike for whatever reason. Okay, so for me there's no change of trend. So what I'm looking out for is if the market bounced up. Oh man, my pen is not working well. Can you guys see my pen drawing? Okay, this is not good. Sorry. Let me see if I can use a highlighter. No, same thing, just disappears on me. Alright, never mind. Now, if the market comes down like that and then makes a bounce up immediately, okay, I need to let it make a higher low first before I consider it uptrend, and then most probably it will start moving up from here. Okay, but for this case it didn't. It simply came down, it bounced up, and then from there it dropped. Okay, so by waiting I was kept out of trouble. Okay, I was kept out of trouble here. Okay, therefore I didn't enter the buy at 142, even though I was bullish. Alright, so that was the first place I was bullish on. So the second area that I wanted to buy from is the 140. 140 level is here. Okay, on the high term time frame, you can see why 140 is a good support. So I remember one of the webinar attendees a couple of weeks back, I think Lenny. Lenny, are you here today? Okay, never mind. So she was saying that she's looking to buy dollar CAD at 140. She's right. It's a good support level. Weekly charts an uptrend. So I was looking at this 140 area, and I can see that the market consolidated a bit, which gave me a bit more hope that this level, it pierced through slightly, yes, no big deal. But it was consolidating, which gave me some hope that, hey, the bulls might come into play. Okay, but this level here was important to me. Let me take away this circle. This level here, this 141 area here, was key to me. So for me, this level had to break first before I'm keen on entering any buy trades. All right, but what happens that it broke through all the way down. It broke through all the way down, which kept me out of trouble again. All right, I wanted to see 141. If 141 is broken upwards, then it confirms my buyers that, hey, the bullishness on the weekly chart, on the support, weekly chart support is coming. The bulls are coming in and will push it higher. Okay, so these two setups based on lower time frame kept me out of buying the dollar CAD, even though I was bullish on longer term charts. Because don't forget, the longer term charts, right? Let me go back to the weekly chart. On the longer term charts, okay, it can be bullish for a long time, but the question is, if you're going to buy from support, how do you know which support level it will be reacting from? You wouldn't know. Okay, on hindsight, of course, it's easy, but on that time, on point in time whereby it broke the 140, I was very keen to look to buy at the 142 level, the 140 level, and my target was at least the previous high around 144, 145. But you wouldn't know which level, so that's why you need to go to a lower time frame chart to see whether price confirms your long-term bias before you jump in. Okay, every week when I analyze, I always say wait for confirmation on the short-term charts before you jump in. Okay, this is very important because it can keep you out of trouble most of the time. Alright, so for example, like for me, I use my weekly daily chart to analyze. The daily chart is a reference point for me. If I like the trend, that's where I zoom into the 4-hour and 1 hour and I start planning my trade from there. Clear? Crystal clear? Okay, so that's the dollar CAD kept me out of trouble. The other one that I want to cover is dollar Sing. Okay, so I thought that covering a bit my trade plan is a bit useful so that you know my thought process and how I enter trades and things like that. So the other one that I was looking for is dollar Sing. Now this one I made a loss. So if you see dollar Sing, when it broke this is a weekly chart, yeah. When it broke, it was we were at the time I did the webinar, we just broke this high of 143, it went to 144. So for me, this was a new higher high. Okay, which I was quite happy about. And I'm trying to long near the 14250 because of this previous resistance turn support. You see this? You see that? And that time I didn't know there was divergence because the swing for the MACD has not completed yet. But basically, it broke a new high to 144 and I'm looking to buy near the 14250, near the 142 level. Okay, because it's a nice uptrend. Then you can see this little trend line as well here. Okay, so I'm looking near the 142 level to get in alongside. Okay, so what happened was this. Let's go to a 4-hour chart. So by that mind, 142. So 142 was here. Somewhere here. Okay, so the first reaction I got was that the market make a nice higher high from here. Okay. I know this resistance was still strong. Okay, but for me, I on hindsight, I was probably a bit too aggressive. Okay, but I took a buy from here. Okay, around this area here, and my stop loss will be below this swing. Of course, what happened? The whole thing just crashed through and I got stopped out. Okay, on hindsight, I think next time I'd rather be a bit more cautious. I want to let it break short-term resistance, and then from there I join in the trend. Okay, but this is the level that I entered around the 14250, and I got stopped out. Not too bad, just about 50 pips or so. But then it crashed through the roof, so I got stopped out correctly. Okay, so most of the dollar pairs didn't perform as what I wanted to, but you know, that's part of trading. Losses are part of trading. I just wanted to explain what I'm trading. You guys got any questions so far? You want me to go through one more trade plan that I took so that you have better understanding on how I plan my trades and take the trades? Okay, because scanning the markets is important. I mean, knowing what's the trend and things like that. But I tell you, as a trader, it's the little thing that counts. It's the little things that counts. Do you talk about SGS stock? Yes, I can. I can talk about SGS stock. But let me. Normally, I don't really have much time to talk about stocks. But I'll cover it at the end. All right. So I mean, during the webinar, I only got 1 hour. So I'm trying to balance between giving my market outlook for the week as well as the trades that I took, as well as my strategy, as well as so many things. Okay, so I hope you can bear that in mind. But yeah, just show the stock out. I can do it off the cuff. Okay, so basically dollar Sing I took a loss. And one more, just a quick one that I wanted to show you is pound dollar, which was a nice little profit. Of course, I was helped by the news of the Brexit. But pound dollar, right, if you look at the weekly chart, right, seriously, this one is as clear cut as it gets with regards to a new downtrend. Okay, now look at this. Let me just delete, okay. So this was a key level. Let me draw the line here. Okay, if you look at this is a pound dollar weekly chart. The key level that was broken was 146. You can see why. See this line here was support here, support here. Okay, this was a fake breakout, but it was resistance here, support here. And right now, and where we were, it was a bit of a support term resistance, 146. So the weekly was trending nicely to the downside. Brilliant downtrend. Really, really nice downtrend. Daily was a downtrend. And when it retraced back to 146, I was all over this area, I tell you. I was so planning to short. Okay, so this was a key level to me. Alright, so you got to be able to identify such trades. Really nice breakout to the downside. Very clear downtrend. So I went to a daily chart and have a look. So remember 146, yeah? So this was the level here, 146. Okay. So I was a bit patient on this one because I saw how the daily was so strong in terms of how it rebounded. Okay, but after, on the next few days or so, I was very convinced, or very, not say very convinced, but I was happy by the fact that if it looks very topish at around the 146 level. You see all this level here? Okay, so I zoom in further into my 4-hour chart at the 146 level. Where's my, so this was 146. So the 4-hour chart is even clearer that it formed some form of a double top. You see that? Okay, so for this particular trade, I was a bit gung-ho. I took it at the double top entry at this candle with a stop loss above the previous high. So I took it at around 145.50, stop loss at about 146.30 or so. Okay, and it just dropped from there. Alright, so this was a really nice trade plan altogether. Okay, starting from the weekly daily chart. So you see how I combine different time frames, and for this it's very straightforward because the lower time frames are showing that it is coming down. It shows that the bears are coming in. Okay, so those are a few trade plans that I thought I'd cover every week so that you have a bit more understanding. Hi Roy. No, there's no problem. The voice all good to go. Okay, any specific pairs that you want to cover? Okay, but just take note for pound dollar, right? I think there's still legs to the downside. Let's say I think around it might go to 140. It might go to 140. I'm not surprised, but just take note on the weekly chart. There's a huge divergence coming up. You see a lower low here, but MACD is making a higher low, so there's a bit of a bullish divergence here. On the daily chart, okay, still look quite bearish. Okay, but you can let it retrace 142. On daily chart, there's a bit of divergence as well, sorry. So I wouldn't take a pound dollar short anymore. Okay, there's huge divergence here, look at this. See that? So just be a bit careful if you're planning to short the pound dollar, okay? Alright, for pound yen, okay, for pound yen, Roy, sorry, I still can't hear you. You guys can hear me clear, right? Because I did a sound check just now. Sorry, Roy, I think the problem might lie in your computer, not on our side, so sorry about that. Yeah, because I'm just checking, everything seems okay. Yeah, most of the guys can hear me here. Might want to restart go to webinar. Okay, for pound yen, okay, let's go to weekly chart and daily chart. Okay, for pound yen, there's still legs to go, maybe to 156. Alright, but I'm willing to let it retrace maybe at least back to 160 and see what happens. Okay, again, there's a bit of divergence. So a lot of the pound pairs have divergence. Okay, so even though we are bearish, right, just be a bit mindful. I'm willing to let it retrace maybe back to 161 or so. Maybe let the moving average catch up. Alright, so even though it's a downtrend, don't be too gung-ho to try to short it immediately. Just plan your trades properly. Okay? Or any other FX pairs that you want me to cover? Any others? If you guys have anything you want me to cover, please shout out because there's not much time left. So I'm just going to jump to specific things, specific instruments that you want to cover. Okay, I have gold. Any other any FX? Mr. Pang, right? I'm just curious about what it means for HTL stock. Is not HTL, is it? Is that a stock you're looking for, Mr. Pang? Okay, since nobody, no other pairs you guys are talking about, let me just talk about the stock. Euro Kiwi, sure. Okay, I go to the stock last, so let's talk about Euro Kiwi. Okay, Euro Kiwi, let's take a look at weekly chart. So let me just delete all the lines, it's too much rubbish here. Euro Kiwi looks very ugly. Very ugly. I mean, it was on uptrend, but right now it's made a lower high. Okay, what I see is probably some form of consolidation here. Okay, honestly, Leonard, I don't think I'll be looking to trade Euro Kiwi. It just looks a bit consolidating, not my cup of tea. But if you're going to trade it, just be mindful of these levels, okay? So this is a weekly chart, but this is the wedge that I drawn. It seems to be consolidating the wedge and it seems to be going down the very strong support at around the 16300 level. Okay, the 16300 level looks to be very strong support. See how this previous resistance, support, resistance, and support. So I think it looks like it might want to come back to 163, but other than that, it's just pure consolidation to me. Nothing much on the daily chart. Yep, the daily chart has made a break of this support level here. Okay, so the only trade plan I can see is a short-term intraday short to the 163, which is also not much meat left, probably around here. Alright, because daily chart has made a turn to the downside, it's broken a new lower low, but be mindful 163 is where the weekly support is. Okay, Leonard, so it's not the nicest looking chart, but intraday wise maybe there's a short trade to 163. Okay, Euro CAD. Okay, looking at Euro CAD, is the uptrend still intact? Yeah, because the trend is not reversed until uptrend is not reversed until there's a lower low, but just be mindful it has made a lower high already. Okay, the key thing to look out for is this level for EuroCAD around the 1.50, because you can see that it used to be support, then resistance to support, and I would say that it's right now it might enter some form of consolidation phase. So the uptrend is not the strongest at the moment. Okay, in any case, it might be coming down to this support trend line and around maybe the 148 area. Okay, so those Alvin, the EuroCAD uptrend for me is not really, the legs is not there anymore, but I'll be keen to see what happens at 150. Okay, this is a very key support, but again, I wouldn't touch this pair as well because the trend is not the clearest. There are better pairs out there because look at the daily chart. For me, it's just a mess. Okay, you can draw something like this on daily chart. Okay, and you can see that 149 level that I highlighted, which is the support trend line of the weekly chart, it might be somewhere here. So your trade plan might be based on this little channel. If you're still convinced that the weekly still has legs to the upside, just take note of this 150 support, which is channel support. That will be your trade plan. Personally, I won't be touching this pair as well because it's not much of a trend. Okay, dollar yen. Okay, so dollar yen weekly chart, definitely to the downside already. I think the next support level is around the 110. Just be careful. If dollar yen hits 110, yeah, there's a chance that BOJ might intervene, but that's just a fundamental factor, but just be careful of it. Okay, always have a stop loss. So 110 seems to be definitely to the downside. Okay, dollar yen is bearish to the downside 110. The question is whether it will drop again. So let's go look at the daily chart. Oh man, this is such a beautiful retracement. I didn't take this. Okay, so dollar yen is a nice downtrend, daily downtrend, weekly downtrend. The key thing is this: it is too close to previous support to do anything now. Who's that? Kipo Ng. Yep, Mr. Ng is still. Oops, sorry. It's too close to do anything now because we are too close to support. So the only thing that you can do right now is let it break and then try to target 110. Okay, but the very nice level that it reacted from is the 11450 level. This is a good resistance level for you to short. Lower low, lower high, come down. Okay, but this level is even though it looks bearish, even though it's a downtrend, it's not a good level to short anymore. Okay, it's way too close to support, but it's definitely towards the downtrend. So what I would say is that let it break down, let it break this previous support, and then you can target 110. All right, Mr. And lastly, Aussie dollar. Yeah. Okay, Aussie dollar, okay, is consolidating. You can see that the key levels to look out for is this level, around the 74 area, as well as the previous low, around the 60, I would say 70 cents area. Okay, we have been consolidating in this level here. Very nice downtrend, but right now it's consolidating. Not surprising, there's a bit of a bullish divergence before that. But it seems that we want to come back to test the 74 cents level again. It's consolidating. Okay, if you go to a daily chart, you can see that it's mixed. Again, I'm not a fan of trading such pairs, okay, because it's so mixed. Look at the daily chart. Very, very mixed. No particular trend. Okay, so I would rather just stick to the weekly chart and use that as my analysis. Weekly chart is definitely consolidating. Okay, a key thing to note is if you zoom out of the Aussie dollar chart, let's say you have a long-term view of the monthly chart, right? Okay, if you have a long-term view of the monthly chart, you can see that this is a trend line support that has been broken. So long-term wise, it still seems bearish. Okay, just that at 70 cents, not surprising because of whole numbers, 70 cents seems to be support. Alright, but that does not say the long-term is that it has reversed. It's still bearish. For me, it must break above 74, 75 cents at least before you tell me that there's a reversal on the long-term chart. But if you look at this chart, the support trend line is broken down. Key level to watch out for is the previous resistance of 74 cents. Not we're just consolidating. Okay? Does that answer your question, Agnes? And I'll get cover the last one, Kiwi dollar. Where's my Kiwi dollar? Looking at 69 to short strong resistance. 69 to short strong resistance. Yeah, similar analysis to Aussie dollar, say the Kiwi dollar. Look at the weekly chart. There was 69 somewhere here, isn't it? The previous double top. Yep. Possible trade plan. Okay, just be mindful it has formed a higher low, so there's a bit more momentum to the upside. I think because oil is stabilizing, I saw these commodity currencies are coming. But yeah, 69 is a decent level. Let's look at the monthly chart. 69 cents. Yep, 69 is a decent level to take it down from. But I would say the trade plan might be based on longer term time frame because the shorter term, the weekly and daily is still consolidating. But yeah, it's worth to wait till 69. Other than that, it's consolidating on the daily and the weekly chart. Okay, but yeah, I think 69 to 70 cents is a good level to short. Maybe you can target back to the previous low of 64 cents. This is more of a monthly chart trade plan. Okay, for weekly and daily chart, just got to be patient. Look at daily chart, so messy. Okay, so you're targeting this area, this tops here, right? Yep, I think it's a good level. Okay, but just be patient. Okay, so let's move on to commodities right now. Okay, let's talk a bit on gold. So if you look at the gold chart, okay, for me, gold looks bullish with all the safe haven plays, especially what's happening in oil market, China market. It looks bullish. It definitely looks bullish right now. This is a very significant higher high made. Yeah, look at this. Higher high compared to the previous high and also clear the previous resistance. Okay, but for me to long, I'm looking at to come back close to the 1180 to 1200 level. And then for me, I see how the short-term charts react to it. My first target will be the previous high at around the 1230. Okay, but definitely it has changed trend to upside on the weekly chart at least. 1250. Okay, just be mindful that 1250 is a resistance level. Okay, but I'm looking, hopefully it can be traced back to 1180 to 1200. I'm keen to take a long from there. On the daily chart, yeah, on the daily chart it looks bullish, it looks very bullish, but looks a bit exhausted already. This level I'm looking at anywhere between 1180 to 1200, somewhere here. Okay, so on the daily chart is consolidating some form of bullish flag. Okay, but I think I'm more keen to see what happens at 1180. That's the level I'm looking at, John. If you're looking to buy gold. I'm not bearish, I'm bullish. I'm bullish on gold. I'm just looking at nicer support levels to buy it from. Okay, that's gold for you. Where's Mr. Park? He's still here? HTL, is it? You mentioned? Let me just cover that. HTL. I hope I have it on these charts. I really hope. If not, I can't cover this. Are you talking about HTL International? Mr. Bang is here? Okay, cool. Look at that. Okay, so HTL, right? Let's go to the weekly chart first. Okay, interesting chart. Not used. Okay, so it's definitely in the weekly. It is an uptrend. It is an uptrend weekly chart. Okay, not the nicest chart, but it is an uptrend. Let's go to the daily chart. Okay, Now, it seems to be consolidating in some form of a wedge. Yeah. Okay, what I will do, Mr. Bang, consolidating in a wedge, okay, key support level is around the 59 cents to 60 cents. But if it breaks this 70 cents resistance, right, there's a chance that it might do something like this breakout and then test the previous high of 80 cents. Okay, hopefully it breaks new high if you are bullish on it. Okay, alternatively, you can wait for it to come down here, okay, before trying to take along of these levels. Because anywhere in between this consolidation is a bit of a no man's land, so I'd rather let it wait for it to break a new high before I jump in to long it or I buy it near the support levels. Okay, but long-term charts is still bullish. Yep, but I wouldn't touch it anywhere between here. So keep an eye around the 70 cents, see whether it can break tomorrow or so, or the 59 to 59 to 60 cents area. Okay, cool. All right, if that's the case, sorry, I really exceeded time. Again, this webinar will be recorded. I'll be back next week. So if you have any questions, please feel free to shout out to me. All right, if that's okay, so that's about it for the night. Again, don't forget the market can be very volatile. The market can do anything it wants to do. Yellen can introduce negative rates. China can crash again. But trading, the focus should always be about you. Okay, your trading habits, your strategy, your psychology, all these are more important than what the market does. Okay, the market is random, can do whatever it wants. Control your emotions, control yourself, and you'll be a good trader. And of course, risk management, most important. Okay, if not, thank you so much for coming by tonight. It'll be recorded, uploaded within 1 or 2 days, and I'll see you next Tuesday, same time. Have a good night. Thank you.